Coming up on Vision TV, how NGU is coping with COVID.
The pandemic keeps our campus on task and on mask. Students keep learning to learn.
There's still new beginnings, even through shutdowns. Learn more about the new cybersecurity major.
And say farewell to the class of 2020. It took a while, but they are finally commencing. It's all next on NGU Vision TV. Hello and welcome to Vision TV News. I'm Merritt Morgan.
And I'm Taylor Deaton. Halfway through this fall semester and the coronavirus is still our top story. COVID cases are up but still under control. Bethany Fowler talked to school officials to see how they plan to manage the rest of the semester and keep students in the classroom.
COVID cases have spiked in the recent weeks at North Greenville University. However, the school just wants to return to its new normal. A weekly email students received stated there are a total of 32 active cases and 44 recovered cases at the Tigerville campus. This means only 1% of the student body has the virus.
We weren't hitting the panic button. We're not nervous.
With the new spike in COVID numbers, there are new guidelines set in place at the Tigerville campus. This includes masking up in all settings.
During these temporary measures that we've just adopted, we are asking individuals to wear their mask at all times, whether indoors, outdoors, whether you can socially distance or not.
Student Chloe Dalton plans to do her part in stopping the spread.
Not going in big groups. Like NGU can't control us when we do that, so we need to be the ones that control ourselves.
COVID Task Force member Jody Jennings echoes what Dalton and other students want: to stay on campus.
Our deepest desire, obviously, is to keep everyone here on campus in person.
With stricter guidelines in place for the time being, there is hope to win this COVID battle and to bring North Greenville's campus back to its new normal. Reporting in Tigerville, Bethany Fowler, Vision TV.
Chapel is also looking a little different due to the COVID-19 restrictions, both in person and online. In-person attendance went from 2,000 students to now 250 students, and services have a much different feel. Worship leaders say they're still trying to maintain the weekly services that has been happening for decades.
I feel like we have had a whole cultural change almost. I think it's a little harder on the musicians.
In this new normal, leaders say everyone is doing their part in keeping social distance and masking up. They also say the online experience will only grow, and this new form of virtual chapel is probably here to stay.
This year is also different for NGU's concert choir, as the members learn how to keep their inspiring community sound going at a distance. The choir faced many new challenges, including moving from NGU's School of Music choir room to Hamlin's recital hall.
We have to have everybody separated, so it's hard to hear each other, and the masks definitely don't help that. So it muffles your voice, and it's harder to breathe, so it's harder to sing.
The concert choir is working hard to get up to speed in the middle of the challenges thrown their way, but members say they're focusing on the better times coming. We're now 7 months into the initial COVID outbreak in March, and North Greenville University students know how important it is to do whatever it takes to prevent more positive cases. COVID-19 still has us searching for that new norm, but preventative measures are no less serious than they were in April. While cases continue to rise, campus leaders say it's important to remember why we've implemented these measures in the first place. Students such as Graham Lee, who've recovered from COVID-19, know the importance of being aware all too well.
And being away from people, it's so important because you're not exposing other people to the symptoms that you have, and of course, the disease itself.
As Lee and over 40 recovered students know, COVID protocols are key to keeping our positive cases down. Besides, little things like cleaning could make all the difference in keeping us safe. NGU community leader Amanda Straw doesn't want to see any of her residents sent home this semester.
I think it's definitely just seeing how many people will hang out together, and they're like, oh, I hang out with them all the time anyways, so I'm not going to wear my mask. But it's that one person that gets it, that gets the other 20 people it, and then they don't know that they have it, so then it just keeps spreading.
COVID task force officials say the next few weeks will determine how we handle the COVID pandemic on North Greenville's campus through a few simple safety measures.
There's more Vision TV still ahead. Hannah Pearson tells us about the athletes who are ready to stop practicing and start playing.
And what keeps our data secure, flying through the campus network, meet some students who may soon be learning about cybersecurity.
What if there were a place that you could distinguish yourself, where you could prepare for what you want to do and who you want to be? North Greenville University. Christ makes a difference.
Some excitement on campus as North Greenville announced a new major coming next fall semester. Rachel Daniel tells us how some pioneering students could enter a secure new future.
These students may be in a freshman level IT course, but that doesn't stop them from thinking about the future. At North Greenville University, they are embracing this world of technology and creating a new cybersecurity major, want to grow students' interest in this field. Director of Cybersecurity, Brad Hamlet, talks about what future students can expect from this new endeavor.
When they get out of this program, they can expect to be technically proficient and employable right away.
And while the networking has been in place, it'll take a team to figure out the hard drives and the applications. Sophomore NGU student Emily Singleton plans on switching to the new major next fall.
There aren't a lot of women in the cybersecurity field, and right now there's actually been a need for women on the cybersecurity field.
Even though this major won't be official until fall 2021, Hamlet says the response to this major has been huge.
This is a technical field. You have to learn technical skills, and you have to become proficient and competent at technical skills in order to get a degree and graduate.
Hamlet hopes to add on other IT-related degrees in the future and pushes the importance of their students learning cybersecurity. This will make a secure difference both for their careers and the companies they will serve. Reporting in Tigerville, South Carolina, I'm Rachel Daniel with Vision TV.
Residents' life is building community on NGU's campus even in the midst of a pandemic. Students who have accepted the RA positions at North Greenville are hardworking, genuine, and set a good example of community within their residents on campus.
So she's not one of those RAs that's just like kind of ridiculous in how much they handle the rules, if that makes sense, but she's also not a
From living a very normal and stressful college student life, these RAs are challenged with many different obstacles on top of their everyday work and life as being a college student. While being an RA can be challenging, there is also a lot of fun involved.
Everyone that I have as a resident has a very different busy schedule, and I'm also a student, so I have a very busy schedule too. And so
Working hard and doing kingdom work. And now to sports. Hannah Pearson is here, and we all know nobody's playing.
I wish they were playing for sure, and I'm definitely super excited about next spring.
I'm so excited to get some Saturday football games in.
On any given Saturday in October, you would find a college football stadium full of fans. But for North Greenville Crusaders, things look and sound a whole lot different. Due to the pandemic, the Crusaders football season is postponed until January of 2021. This means that although there will not be any games, the players will still be allowed to practice in condition. Strict COVID protocols are in place by the NCAA to allow these players to practice, such as wearing masks, practice social distancing, and sanitizing after every practice. Following these protocols is crucial in ensuring that they will get to play next year. And for senior quarterback Bryce Fields, focusing on the bigger picture is what's important.
I mean, it's a new challenge. At the end of the day, like a bunch of people around the country are dealing with it, so it's something we just had to get used to.
These players continue to push hard each day so that when the time comes, they are ready to hit the field again. So all of our Crusader athletes are waiting anxiously for the spring season to come, and it could be really interesting because fall and spring will be played as one season. Just like football, other sports are remaining empty this fall due to COVID. This is the first time in school's history that all sports will be played in the spring season. Assistant Athletic Director Micah Stepko told us today that fall sports will have modified schedules and will work around spring sports. Plans for the spring are currently being worked on while also following the guidance of the NCAA. While this will make for a very busy spring season, the staff, athletes, and fans are ready to see these stadiums full again. Now, I don't know about you guys, but I am ready to watch some football again.
I'm so excited for some fall sports in the spring.
Me too. It'll definitely be great. Thanks, Hannah. When we come back, find out how students still get to treat yourself no matter what the pandemic throws in the way.
And get ready for spring commencement in the fall.
What if there were a place that you could distinguish yourself, where you could prepare for what you want to do and who you want to be? North Greenville University. Christ makes a difference.
NGU student activity staff is looking for ways to keep students engaged this semester in the form of snacks and community. While the weather on campus is cooling down, the student activity staff is warming up hearts. Thursdays at North Greenville are now Treat Yourself Thursday, an outreach put on by student activities for NGU students.
Don't act like you can't have a bag of snacks before class. Oh!
Graduate Assistant for Student Activities Blake Patton wants to bring excitement to campus during uncertainty.
God has blessed us as an institution, and we want to give back to the students and say, hey, we're thankful.
And in the unknown, little things like cupcakes seem to make all the difference in treating yourself.
The coronavirus was the reason many colleges and universities had to cancel or reschedule their spring commencement, but not today, COVID. Family and friends walked into Yount Stadium Saturday masked up to celebrate the spring 2020 graduates. Graduates were socially distanced on the football field, and their family, friends, and professors sat in the stands. After the diplomas were handed out, the graduates walked out to a rendition of Journey's Don't Stop Believing, played by the North Greenville Band. And the weather was so good. That'll do it for this edition of Vision TV News. Be sure to check NGU Vision online for news throughout the week. I'm Mary Morgan.
And I'm Taylor Dean.